G'day. So I just finished watching last night Louis Theroux's Inside the Manosphere documentary, and great work, Louis, as always. It was a sensational piece, really exposing, I guess, the level of toxicity that's out there. Now, I was aware of it, but to see it really unplay like that was kind of shocking in a way, that young men are being attracted to this. It's absurd. For starters, the hypocrisy that some of them would spout. I'm just thinking, hang on a minute. Like, one of them or a couple of them were talking about, the conspiracy of the elite of the world trying to control everyone, and they're going to work outside the system. But they're creating a system of the elite. Duh. Seriously. Like, what they're proposing is a lifestyle that 0.001% of men would ever be able to achieve. And they think that's the answer? And so they're just doing exactly the same as the so-called elite that they're criticizing. Like, that's one thing that just sort of made me shake my head. The other thing is that misogyny against women and saying, yeah, most women this, most women that. It's like, guys, that's bullshit. Maybe in your little bubble, in your little world, you think women are submissive and that's what they want. But guess what? What I did see on the documentary is a lot of those women are influencers themselves. And I kind of got the feeling they're just playing your game because they get a lot of followers if they get involved. And some of them weren't really agreeing. In fact, most of them weren't really agreeing with anything you were saying. They were just playing along with it. So, boys, you've got to learn to read between the lines, because that looked so pathetic. And here you are puffing your chest up, going on about how powerful you are as a man because you can do this and demand this of a woman. And it's like, but to be honest, I think that's bullshit. If you actually ask that woman one-on-one without a camera in their face, I reckon you're going to get a different response. The other thing that I thought was interesting was that, bloody fly. Another thing that I thought was interesting is I think it's kind of a pack mentality, because they talk about, I know people in the manosphere talk about the primal nature of men and it's the alpha male. Well, in nature, the alpha male works alone. That's it. He might have his harem of females in the pack, but he doesn't want another alpha male around. He doesn't want any men around, unless they're submissive. But that's nature, and nature evolves. We've evolved from that. Not only that, a lot of the toxic young men out there that we are now seeing in classrooms, that behaviour is coming through the way they're talking to female teachers, is disgusting. But they're only doing it if they've got a pack to support them. I guarantee you none of those men will go one-on-one with a female teacher or a female in their life. Let's just talk about the boys in school. None of them are going to go to a female teacher and say this stupid thing like, make me a sandwich, get back in the kitchen, all that bullshit. They're not going to do it one-on-one. They need their pack to support them, because deep down, they know it's absolute crap. All they're doing is trying to get a laugh. All they're doing is wanting to feel part of a group of boys or men. That's the only reason they're doing it. They don't necessarily believe in it. In fact, my guess is they don't. They just think that's what they need to do to feel like they belong. So, I feel like that there's a lot of work to be done to counteract this culture. And I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to contribute to this, but I think more of us men need to speak up about how appalling this is. It's not sustainable for society. It's not. We look at the leaders running the world doing the exact same thing, creating wars and suffering, and millions of people are dying. Now let's talk to these influencers and show them the deaths around us, the torture, the suffering, the homelessness. Let's show them that and say, this type of culture, this type of attitude that you're portraying is the same attitude that are those leaders pressing the button and deciding on war and displacing so many people out of their homes, their families, and apparently it's justified. Fellas, you got to fucking wake up. Honestly, this culture is so damaging to our young men, and yeah, like I said, we've got to do something about it. Not sure what, but this is my first start towards it. Yes, I've got the book coming out and I want to do workshops, and I feel like that I'm even more fired up now, clearly, that yeah, the young men of the world need our help. So come on, fellas, who's going to stand up?